Hello everyone,
Rebels
and welcome
Misson
to
Series
Victoria's
number
Cantina.
10. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars
Wicket W
Rebels
Warrick,
Misson Series number 10, Wicket W Warrick, and Biker Scout. Here's a look at the packaging. Alright guys, so you'll have to forgive me for my lack of videos over the last couple of weeks. I did travel to Texas to visit my family, and as a result was not able to make any videos during that time. However, my travels were fruitful as I did find some new Star Wars figures that I will be reviewing. The first of those is this set, which features Wicket the Ewok and the Biker Scout figure. So I found these guys at Target at one of my stops in Texas. And, I was really happy to see these because I hadn't seen them before in the wild, so to speak. So it made me really happy to be able to find something new. Because, as you guys know, it's been really hard to find new things. I had seen Steve's Starwalker Cardon's video for these guys. And it's an absolutely swell video. I'll link you down at the bottom, so be sure and check that out. And, I really liked what I saw in his video. So once I saw these in person, it really reinforced how nice these guys are. The sculpture work on him is just very nice. I don't think there's any doubting that here. Say what you might about, Saga Legends or Misson Series. I think these guys look really nice. So let's kick things off here with Wicket the Ewok. As you can see, like I said, it's very nice. Look at the proportions on him. He looks very nice. He's very rotund, very teddy bear-esque, just like he was in the movie. Really nice job. The sculpt work on the fur, is quite nice. Looking at his face, it definitely has personality. And the paint work that they did on it, the way they gave him the brown with, the white kind of, splayed in there, looks really nice. The eyes, nose, mouth, it just has personality and it looks quite great. Even looking at his paws, I guess, his hands and his feet, quite nicely done. Now, this piece here, the scarf that he's wearing, does not come off. And it doesn't need to. I mean, it looks quite good as is. In the way of articulation, you have swivels here at the shoulders, and then you have swivels at the hips. Quite nice. He doesn't seem to have anything going on at the head or anywhere else. Wicket also comes with a spear as his accessory, and it looks to be a brand new sculpt from what I can tell, and it may be somewhat bland, but I think it gets the job done. At least, it has a little bit of extra coloring in it. And of course we have the obligatory comparisons. On the left you have the Vintage Collection Wicket, and on the right the Misson Series Wicket. Just giving you a closer look at them. I think they're both very nice in their own right. I do think that the sculpt on the Misson Series Wicket looks a little bit closer to the movie in terms of his body proportions. The legs on this one seem to be a little bit long. It's still a really nice figure. Though I do think that the detail on this guy is maybe a little bit better, particularly on the scarf. But in any case, I'm still really happy with this new Misson Series Wicket. I just think he looks great. I would certainly say that I prefer him over the vintage one, though the vintage one is, unarguably very nice as well. And here we have our Biker Scout. Again, very nice physique to this guy. Nice large helmet. It looks really good and really proportional. Very close, I think, to what these guys should look like. Just all the way around, it's nicely done. Yeah, there's not quite as many folds or, the same level of detail that you might see on the vintage figure isn't going to be present here. But, I think this guy is completely adequate and looks quite right. In the way of articulation, he does have a swivel at the neck. He has swivels at the shoulders, and then he has swivels at the hips too. And you get a nice range of movement with them. That way you can fit him in, an ATST or something. Unfortunately, because of the way the articulation is done here, he is not going to fit on a speeder bike very well, if at all. But, as a standalone figure that you might want to have, like in the background, I think this is really nice. Biker Scout comes with a typical pistol that you tend to see with these guys. Far as I can tell, it does look to be a new sculpt. It looks to be a little bit smaller than what we've seen with the vintage release and previous releases. Now, he does hold it quite nicely, but it doesn't go into his holster very well. You can get it in there and it'll kind of stay, but it doesn't go in very much at all. You can kind of just get the very, tip of it in there. That's what goes in, and then, like I said, it goes into his hand very nicely. Comparison for you of the vintage Biker Scout with the Misson Series Biker Scout. As you can see, there are some differences here. Both of them, I think, have their own strengths. I think the paint is a little more detailed, of course, on the vintage one. However, the sculpt of the Misson Series one looks a little bit more accurate to me. It looks a little bit more natural. The helmet seems to be a pretty good size. It looks nice and large, like it would fit quite nice. And, just the way that the Misson Series one kind of standing there, his physique, he just looks quite natural to me and quite nice. Sure, you don't get all the articulation that you have with the vintage release, but even so, as part of a $10 2-pack, I think that the new one is exceptionally nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars Rebels Misson Series number 10, 2015 Wicket W. Warrick and Biker Scout figures. All in all, this is a very nice set. I paid $10 for it at Target, which is a heck of a deal, considering how much I personally like the two figures. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to like that they're lacking in the articulation department, but I honestly don't think there's any doubting how nice they look. From a sculpting standpoint, they have everything I would expect to see in a modern-day Star Wars figure. The proportions on them are very nicely done. The paintwork on them is quite nicely done, though not as detailed as other releases, of course. But even so, this is a really nice set, and I think definitely one of the better sets from the Star Wars Misson Series lineup. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.